Welcome everybody. Today we have a special guest. This is my longtime friend Marcus.
Hello.
And he will be the enforcers today, taking on Tim and his plague. So without further ado, let's hop into the army list.
Hello guys, this is Marcus, and for my Enforcer Strike team, I brought a heavy Peacekeeper list. For my leader, I brought a Peacekeeper Captain with some AP ammo. And next on the list, I have 3 Peacekeepers, one with an Incinerator, one with a Burst Laser, and 1 normal Peacekeeper. And just to make sure my army is legal, I brought 3 regular Enforcers to round out the list. And for my dice, I have 5 command dice, and I'll be rolling the colored dice for my moves.
Alright, on my Plague team, we have the classic 1A, 1 Plague Teraton, 1 Plague Swarm, a Plague Enforcer, 2 2As, 3 3As, 3 Plague Hounds, and 3 Zombies. And I'm using the old Enraged activation tokens.
Today, Marcus and Tim will be playing on this beautiful snowboard. It will be a search and destroy mission. We have one objective here worth 1 point, one objective here worth 2 points, and the other one over there also worth 1 point. That's the layout, and let's hear the secret missions for both sides.
Alright, so the secret mission that I rolled is objective based, which means that every objective on the board, the X, Y, and Z, are all worth 2 points, whereas kills are only worth 1 point.
Hello guys, for my mission, I got Take and Hold. So all my objectives cost 2 victory points. So for my mission, I'll try to go after objectives.
Recon test. Tim will be rolling white dice on a 5-up, and Marcus will be rolling the colored dice on a 4-up. So 3 successes for Tim and 4 for Marcus. Marcus will be getting 1 dice on his recon roll. The enforcers are all set up. They rolled a 6 on the recon, so they got to move 3 guys ahead 1 cube. And here is Plague deployment. Let's see what goes down. First and foremost, the enforcer command dice.
For the Plague command dice, lucky. I'm gonna re-roll these 2 5s, don't need them. I'll take them.
For my opening move, I'm going to use one of my command dice to move him up here. And then I'm going to move with a regular move up here. And then I'm going to shoot at one of his Plague stage 3s. So for my shooting attack, I get 3 base, and for being on a higher playing field, I will get an extra dice. So with this roll, I got 3.
So the enforcers got 3 successes, and the plague only got 2, so that is an injury token on stage 3.
For the Plague activation, the Plague Swarm is going to sprint diagonally into this cube.
For my move, I'm going to move my Burst Laser guy up 1 square. And let's see what this item is. Nice. Keep that for later. And for his second short action, he's going to shoot his Burst Laser at that stage 2 way over there. Ah, jeez.
Ooh, way to fire 1, so he gets to re-roll 1 of them. But it makes no difference at all.
The Plague Teraton is going to make use of his dirty tricks. He's going to move and then teleport into this building. Dirty. That's that filth.
I'm going to move my Peacekeeper with the Incinerator 2 moves with a sprint action, and that will take up my whole activation.
The dog, this one, is going to sprint because it is fast. It has a 2-3 sprint stat, allowing him to move right behind this tree.
Since my Peacekeeper Captain has a jetpack, I will move him up 1 level diagonally. And since that was a short move, I have 1 shoot action left to shoot at that Plague Swarm. 3 dice for regular shoot, and 1 for being above.
My regular 3 dice just to survive. 2 to 2. Nothing happens.
Unsuccessful in wounding.
The stage 2A is going to sprint. 2 cubes.
For my activation, I will move him up 1 level, and because he has a jump hack. And for his remaining action, I will shoot at the Pterodon who's hiding in that little building. Since I'm higher, I will get 4 dice for my shoot.
3 dice for my survive. Oh. Oh. Two successes on both sides, it looks like.
Nothing happened.
The Plague Hound is going to sprint. 3 cubes.
For my move, I'm going to move my Enforcer 1 diagonal cube, and he's going to take a shot at the injured stage 3.
Not today.
This 2A is going to sprint diagonally and then forward. I'm gonna check out this item. Ooh, that's a hot commodity. Thanks for putting it, buddy. And that is my activation.
For my activation, I'm going to move my Peacekeeper diagonally, just like before, and I'm going to get a clear shot, and I'm also going to use ammo for my shooting attack.
I'm also using a +1 command dice action, so I'll get 4 dice to survive. God knows I need them.
Way to fire! Ooh! Got it.
So in the end, it is 5 successes to 3 successes. So that is an injury marker on the stage 2A.
Since Marcus is done activating and I still have about 7 or 8 more models, we're just going to do some in bulk activations. The Plague Enforcer is going to sprint into this cube right here.
End of round 1. Whole lot of movement, some shots fired, only a couple injuries on the Plague side, and things are starting to look a little primed for some close combat action this round, so let's see what goes down. Enforcer command dice for the round.
I'm going to reroll at 5. And I got 1 4 instead.
So the 1 is an additional activation, the 2 is an additional dice, the 4 is an additional shoot action, and the 6s are the army specials, which in this case are +1 armor. Here come the Plague command dice. That is 2 additional dice on the 2s, an additional move action, an additional fight action on the 5, and finally the Army Special Mutation move.
To start off the round, I will use my Incinerator Peacekeeper to shoot at this square right here.
The initial shot will be on the injured stage 3, and then the cube will be lit on fire after that. So here's the initial roll. That is a dead stage 3, and the cube is now alight.
To get another activation before Tim, I will use my Commander dice. This fellow right here will move up 1, and he'll take a shot at this guy.
Both sides will be using a command action for an additional die, so they played their number 2. And don't forget that the burst laser has way to fire. Which she needs.
Oh, wow.
So, nothing happens in terms of damage in
Vegas.
but the cube is suppressed.
I'll be using a shoot dice to get another shot.
Just to clarify, the burst laser Peacekeeper will be shooting at the dog on this shot.
Since I have way to fire and I got an 8, I'll get 2 rerolls.
What are you doing? No, what? Marcus got a little overzealous, but this is the correct amount of dice, so it is 4 to 1, and that is a dead dog.
Plague Pterodon is ready to get his hands dirty. He is going to move out of the building and using the teleport special action, he's going to get right in the thick of it. Boom.
I will be using my army special to gain 1 armor.
The Enforcer will get 4 dice because he has a friend in the cube, and the Terraton will be getting an additional die for going in, which is at 4 dice, and then 1 more because it is much larger. So, here's the rolls.
Terraton will be hitting on 4 ups.
So I.
Both on 4-ups. Since the army special was played, nothing happens on that one.
I'm going to deploy an additional fight command action. See if we can't see that again.
For a second fight, I will also use my second army special to get another armor.
And yet another tie, actually a Enforcer victory.
For my moves, I'm going to move my Peacekeeper Captain 1 cube, and I will use my AP ammo to get a shot off at this fella right here, the Plague Swarm.
That is 4 dice for being above and 1 more for that ammo he just played against the Plague Swarm, rolling 5 ups, 3 dice.
I have weighted fire, and I also rolled an 8, so I get 2 more dice. I rolled another 8. Ooh. Let's see what we got here. Let's go roll.
So that is 6 successes against the Plague Swarms 2. Even with Tough and the size, he is still dead. This Plague Hound is going to sprint diagonally and then forward 2 cubes and engage these Enforcers in combat.
The dog will be attacking the smaller Enforcer, needing 5 ups against the survive of the Enforcer 4 ups.
For the 8. Enforcer is fine.
Nothing happens. Peacekeeper ain't having it. He's going to turn and try to knock that dog out of here. So that'll be on a 5 up. He gets a bonus for being bigger and a bonus for his friendly model.
Oh.
Armor covers that, and nothing happens.
The 2A is going to stand up. That's a short action. He's going to move forward 1, and I'm going to play move command action. He's going to move diagonally into combat with this Peacekeeper.
For charging into the cube, that will be getting 4 dice against the 3 dice of the Peacekeeper.
And in addition to that, I'll be playing an additional dice command action for a total of 5 dice.
Ooh. Damn.
Oh, wow.
3
Throw
8s.
down!
Ooh. I think I have a dead Peacekeeper. Oh, baby!
The police.
2 went through. However, the Peacekeeper is armor 2, so that was intense, but everyone is exactly how they were.
To try to survive, my Enforcer will try to move away from the Terraton, which will activate a fight action.
4 dice on a 4 up for the surviving Enforcer, and 4 dice on a 4 up for the massive Terraton.
Even.
Oh, dang. Things are interesting.
I peek. I did the Enforcer.
We're getting some good rolls these days.
That is 1 Enforcer. Gone.
The 1A is going to move forward 1.
Slowly. Although his friend was not successful, he's going to try to do the same maneuver like by getting out of that cube with the massive dinosaur. 3 dice survival for the Enforcer and 4 dice attacking on a 4 up for the Plague Terraton.
Actually, not so bad. Except he has 8. Come on! No, he did.
Another one eats it.
And because of that nasty special rule for the 2A, because he's injured, we have to do a roll to make sure he doesn't go absolutely insane.
he activates normally for the rest of the round.
The 2A is going to sprint diagonally up the wall and diagonally into combat this chap.
And I will be fighting for my life.
5 dice on 4 up for the stage 2s, 1 for going in and 1 for a friend in the cube. And the Peacekeeper will be getting 4 because the one that's attacking him is injured.
Not so bad.
Ooh, he wants it. He wants it. And that is a tied combat.
Zombie Swarm is going to sprint 2 cubes. We're going to resolve the fire cube now, which is essentially a 3 dice on 4 up test representing the fire and rolling against the survive stat of each model in the flame cube. If the fire wins the roll, incurs 1 wound on whatever model failed, and the fire is put out. And if the survive stat wins, nothing happens and the fire is still put out.
Resolving the dog first.
Oh, that's dirty.
It's pretty dirty.
That is a burnt up charred dog. Next we'll do the knife wielding stage 3.
Cheating.
That's a tie, so the flames are put out and that model can activate as normal. And lastly, the last third A. Again, a tie, so he can activate as usual.
Going to move my guy out of combat.
3 dice for the plague, 4 dice for the enforcers. He's out of there.
I also found a grenade, which I'll use right away against those 2 stage 3s.
This is the initial shoot test to see if it lands in the correct cube. It does. And now the frag effect. The frag explosion is on a 4 up, and the survive is still 5 for the stage 3s. Getting 2 damage and 2 survives, so nothing happens to him.
Then rolling against that same result for the other guy. He does not.
And that is a
Survive.
dead stage 3.
3A, having barely survived fire and a grenade, is going to sprint into close combat with this enforcer.
The enforcer is surviving on a 4 up, and the stage 3 is attacking on a 5 up. With 4 dice.
That's dirty.
Oh. And failure all around. Nobody is
Thick
good
and
at
thin,
anything.
highs and lows, we're in it together. And the Plague Enforcer is going to sprint into this cube.
That's the end of round 2. We saw some deaths on the enforcer side, a lot of small deaths on the plague side, including a swarm. And this is the overall layout of the board at this point. Enforcer command dice for round 3.
I got 1 for an extra activation, another for a move, this one for a shoot, this one for a fight, and this one for army special, which is a +1 armor.
This is the plague command roll.
So I rolled a 1 for an additional activation, a 2 for an additional dice for any test, 4 for a shoot action, 5 for a fight action, and 6 for a faction special, which is mutate.
A lot of variety on both sides.
So I'm going to move this guy out of combat, which will cause a fight action on him.
3 dice enforcer survive against a 4 dice plague attack. Also on 4 up.
Hot. See the mate.
3 to 1, which is alright because he has 2 armor.
He's going to do the shoot same card.
Initial shot will be against the injured stage 2A, which will be a clear shot, giving 5 dice to the enforcers and only 3 for the surviving plague. So given this result, that is one more injury token on the stage 2, and the cube is now on fire.
Using a 1 command dice, I will do another activation to move him up 1 to get a clear shot for my next move.
The way to fire burst laser will be firing on the stage 1A with a clear shot. 4 up survive and a 4 up shoot.
Okay. Ooh. That's some good DACA. Not enough.
So with the armor and tough, he is fine, but the stage 1 is suppressed.
I'll use my 4 command action to get another shoot.
He's going to shoot us at stage 2 with a clear shot. 4 up shoot, 4 up survive. Way to fire on the shot. And now both of the injured stage 2s are pinned as well.
The Teraton is going to teleport directly into combat with the Peacekeeper and his doggy companion.
In response, I use my armor against the hacking Deadzone.
3 dice for the surviving Peacekeeper and 6 dice for the attacking Teraton. Nothing happens.
I will use my 6 again against his extra fight attack.
And like he said, I'm going to be playing a fight command action again. So that's 5 dice.
That was better.
Better, but...
So again, nothing happens.
My Enforcer is going to move out of combat, and that will provoke a fight.
Ooh, mama.
You got 2, 3.
I got 2.
2, but the armor gets that, so it is. He's free to do what he wants. And here comes the shot.
Clear shot.
That's 1 success for me.
Uh-oh.
That is enough without the reroll too.
That is a dead stage 3. No more stage 3s on the board.
So we're going to resolve the fire situation that the 2As found themselves in. So we're going to roll for the fire.
And he's fine.
Now, because he took a wound in the previous turn, we're going to roll to see if he enrages. It's okay. Gets to activate as normal. With that development, he is going to get back up and move in to attack this Peacekeeper.
Both sides are attacking. Peacekeeper on 5 ups. Not so Peacekeeper on 4 ups.
Time to keep the peace. Or pick up the pieces.
Ooh.
Ah! Stage 2 wins by 1, which is not enough to penetrate the impregnable armor.
I'm going to use my move action with 3 to move my Peacekeeper Captain 1, and then use his action to move right here. And with his remaining action, I will shoot at the plague zombies. And that is a clear shot. Rolling the shoot, and looking to see what we get here. I wait to fire, so I get an extra.
It's 2 8s on the zombie side.
That's a really good roll.
That is pretty good rolling. That's 4 successes for the zombies.
And 3 successes for the Peacekeeper Captain.
By some miracle, the zombies survive. For the plague activation, Plague Hound is going to attack the Peacekeeper alongside the Teraton.
No. I will attack back, and since I am bigger than the dog, I will get an extra 1.
Okay, and because the Teraton is in the same cube, the dog will also get 4 dice.
Ooh, 2 8s. So they got 2 8s. I will roll 2 more times.
So that is 4. 3 successes.
Versus 2. But the
But
armor
with the
stays on.
armor.
My Peacekeeper will try to move out of the square. Kind of gamble, but let's see if he can make it. I have 3 and he has 5 for being another friend and being bigger. Let's see if he makes it out. Uh-oh. Alright, let's do it up. So, 1, 2. He has armor piercing 1, so that will get rid of one of mine. Armor. And since I have 1 more armor left, I have 1 armor and he will wound me. So there's 1 wound left on the Peacekeeper.
But he manages to escape the cube.
I'll be shooting on the Teraton. Let's see what we get. Ooh. You got a 2. You got 2 8s. Ooh. Ooh. Thanks, that's a lot of rolls. Okay, so mashing them up. That's a 1 for 1.
It's good rolls all around. So one zombie is going to move in and hope to survive while his friends back him up. So he gets 3 dice on a 5-up.
I'll get 4 dice since I'm bigger. Oh, you get more dice because I'm charged in. Alright, let's do this. Ooh, that's so big. I get an 8, so I reroll 1 more. And I'll get 1 more. However, since the zombie is tough, he will survive.
After that miraculous roll, another zombie is going to follow up and move in to attack the Enforcer Captain. The zombie will get 5 dice, 1 for his friend and 1 for engaging.
And an Enforcer Captain will get 4 for being bigger. Oh, yikes. That's 2. The Enforcer takes giant hit, but since he has great armor, he'll survive. This should be fine.
The final zombie is going to squeeze onto that bridge and round out the zombie swarm. The Plague Enforcer is going to stay where he is and stay on the objective. And that concludes the zombie actor or the plague activation and round 3.
For the Enforcer command dice, and I'm going to roll old 5s. Dirty 5s. And I have 2 1s for 2 extra activations, 1 more for a action boost, the +1, and 2 army specials that give my guys +1 armor for 1 attack.
That's going to suit him very well. For the plague command dice, it looks like we have a 2 for a bonus dice, a 3 for the move action, 2 4s for shoot action, and a 5. And I am going to reroll 4s, giving me 2 activations and 2 move actions alongside the fight action.
I will use a 6th army special to give my Peacekeeper over here the ability for 1 more armor, and so he can survive as he moves out of combat. Right.
2A will get 4 dice for still having his friend in the same cube.
I have 3 for regular. He's beat me by 1, but since I have extra armor, I'm safe away. Now, for a rebuttal against their charge, he will flame again and see if you get a kill. He will flame the one out front. Alright, just regular shot and a regular survive. A good roll on the survive, so the survivor will survive well.
However, the cube still is on fire.
It's on fire! I will use a 1 command action to get another activation. For my activation, I will move this guy 1 over here and claim this as his prize. Alright, he'll shoot this guy in the back. I will get 5 for a fear shot.
I'll just keep 3. Yikes.
Oof, I think that's a dead guy.
That it is. That 1 success was enough to add a 3rd wound and take him out of the fight.
I use 1 more activation to activate my captain. Okay.
and my captain will try to move out of combat.
The 1A can finally say that he made it. And he moves to engage the Peacekeeper in close combat.
To survive the assault, I will use a 6 for +1 armor.
The 1A will be getting 5 dice because he is bigger and because he moved in.
And I have 3 for, well, me normal. Ooh. Yeesh. Ouch. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. That's a success. And there's 2 extras. Oh, 3 extras. Is that it?
No. So with the 3 additional armor, nothing happens. I'm going to use the fight command action and get that 1A back in the fight.
And since I'm scared, I will use an extra +1 bonus to my roll to get another dice. Ooh. That's a sweet roll. 3 8s. So I get 3 additional rolls.
That is a sweet roll. Wow.
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 I'm rolling. Okay. He survives for sure.
Yeah, he definitely survives.
Holding the point like a champion.
That was a great roll. Great series roll.
I'm going to move my Peacekeeper over here. And I will try to get a shot on that Enforcer Plague. You get 3 shots, 3 roll dice rolls, and 3 for the survive. Or was that before? No, it's an even Steven, so nothing happens.
Okay. Nothing happens. The Teraton is going to teleport right after that Peacekeeper. See what he can do. The Teraton is going to get 5 dice. 1 for moving in. Actually 6 dice. 1 for moving in, 1 for being larger, and another 1 for the Peacekeeper being wounded.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, wow.
Barely. My armor saves me. My Enforcer will now use his jump pack to move up, and he will shoot at the zombies. Okay.
There's no successes for the zombie.
And 3 successes for the person.
He is dead.
And finally, I will use my move action. Got it. I'll use my move action to move my Enforcer into the zombies. Now let's fight. So I get an additional dice for moving in. Oof. Since he got nothing, but I only got 1 and he's tough, it's a draw. Nothing happens.
The Plague Hound is going to sprint after the Peacekeeper. The Hound is going to get 6 dice, 1 for moving in, 1 for a friend, and 1 for the Peacekeeper being wounded.
Ooh. Okay.
That is 2 successes,
And 2 saves. So
nothing happens. This 2A is now going to resolve the fire in the cube. 2 dice.
So I get an additional roll, so I got an 8. So that is enough to kill him.
Burnt and crisp.
Plague Enforcer is going to move up cube. He's going to clear shot the regular Enforcer on the bridge. So because the Enforcer is in combat with the zombie, there is a -2 dice penalty. So the clear shot is cancelled out, leaving a basic 3 dice test.
And I am able to survive.
With ease. I decided to call it a little early because, for one, the points were pretty much decided at this point, and by the way it was going the last couple rounds, it was probably just going to be the same thing the next few rounds over. So we decided to end it early with Marcus being the decisive winner. I don't know how he pulled it off. I'm just kidding. It was a fun game. As always, thanks for tuning in
To Deadzone.
whatever they're calling it these days.
As you might have been able to notice, I was not there to make it for the end of the game. I had something else to do, so I got to miss out on that. But while editing, I got to see all the action, and I gotta say, I think they did a really great job. I liked a lot of the things that happened in this game, especially how it showcased that the Peacekeepers they earn their name. They are hardcore, and that the faction special rule for the enforcers was just devastating. Like, it was so good. I mean, I'm really amazed how many dice, how many of the sixes were rolled for Marcus. That really helped him a lot, because a lot of those attacks, they were only 1 point of damage away from being a dead model, but instead that armor would protect him. Peacekeepers did what Peacekeepers do. They stayed alive, they held the objectives, and they put up one hell of a good fight. Blake probably could have taken advantage of using the mutation special rule a little bit more, and they probably could have added some additional dice to some of their rolls with the command dice too. That would have been really helpful for them, I think, and it could have helped them get an extra, AP or something on that, so they can try to cut through that enforcer armor. But thank you for watching this special bat rep. I hope to see you soon. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and keep rolling 8s.